Hello everybody, I'm Krasi and today I will talk about the entrance of Venus in Aries. On 11th of May, Venus entered Sidereal Aries and will be there until 5th of June. Now you will hear maybe many cliches that Venus is detriment there, that this is bad for Venus there, but actually Venus is having many particular dignities there because there are stars which are associated with the nature of Venus, and I will tell you in a second about them. Now, let's first remember that while Venus was in sidereal Pisces, Venus was exalted there, and this is really very powerful and very nice, but was also afflicted heavily by Saturn, Pluto, and Ketu. So while Venus was in Pisces, she was afflicted. Now, the good thing is that when she leaves Pisces, and this was just one day ago on the 11th of May, Venus enters Aries. Yes, the Aries is the sign against the rulership of Venus, which is Libra. But there she will not have the affliction of the three planets, Saturn, Pluto, and Ketu anymore. So from this point of view, this is very nice because this will give some, some freedom a bit to the markets, even though, as we said, especially in my analysis on the Saturnine retrograde nature and Saturn, Pluto, Ketu retrograde, the markets will suffer a lot right now, especially until September, but and this is already a fact because you see what is happening all over the world. So Venus is entering Aries. Why Venus is having dignities there? Because especially the first 5 days until the 15th of May, Venus is in very powerful degrees, which are white degrees, very pure. And these are the degrees of Athena Pallas, where Athena Pallas is projected onto the sidereal Aries, on the ecliptic. Now, what is also beautiful is that right now Venus is a morning star. And this would say that you will see Venus in the morning before the sun rises. So you maybe will be able to see Venus rising before the sun rises. So it should be before that. And Venus is a morning star. And as a morning star, in mythology, Venus is Athena Pallas. And not only that, Venus is Inanna from Akkad. And we know this is the divinity of war, of strategy, of wisdom. It is not that romantic as Aphrodite or Inanna from Uruk will be. But Venus is entering on degrees in Aries. So this is powerful dignity for her. This is until the 15th of May. After another 5 days, approximately until the 20th of May, Venus is having another dignity because then she will be passing through the terms or the bounds also ruled by Venus. So as you can see, even though we keep repeating the cliche that Aries is the detrimental place of Venus, it's not like that because there she can be also very wise, a bit more impulsive, a bit more fiery. This will impact our relationships in a bit easier way than it was while Venus was in Pisces, because there she was heavily afflicted. Now, yes, in Pisces she's beautiful, she gives the most of her blessings, the most of her beauties, but now in this particular moment, also in Aries, Venus is very, very well placed and a bit even better than before because of the lack of afflictions. Now she's breathing a bit better. Yes, fiery. Yes, this will be a bit too emotional for our private lives. Yes, the markets will breathe a little bit better for a little while. And so also on the 13th of May, Venus will pass through the horns of the Aries. You know, the animal on the sky, the ram, the Aries is having horns, and these are very fiery, very impulsive, these are degrees that can have impact on our relationships, a bit too temperamental, too emotional. These are degrees also that can, now also because Uranus is there, this can introduce changes. Now, Venus is inferior planet. She is not coming to introduce the sudden changes on mundane level like Pluto, or the deep changes like Uranus, like Saturn would. But she works more on our emotions. She works on the market, because the markets is a result of our deeds based on our emotions. But Venus, when passing through the horns, when passing through the mouth of the animal, will be very much about saying impulsive things. It will be a lot about speech. We need to be careful not to be too impulsive, also not to believe what we hear in media, what is being said, because some things will be far from the truth, as it is happening. Venus conjunct Uranus in the mouth of the Aries. But the first 5 days, from the 11th to the 15th of May, are very pure. They will be about wisdom. There will be, and this is what they will bring to us, so we can benefit from this degree with analyzing our work, our spirituality, learning, studying, making important decisions. And yes, the week and the month is not appropriate very much for new beginnings, because all planets are retrograde and they're slowing down everything. But we look now more at Venus and our emotions, and how this is impacting our lives, our private lives. So this can, Venus with conjunct with Uranus, very near the mouth of Aries, because Uranus is right now exactly in the mouth of Aries, and you know how slow he is. This can produce abundance of speech, fiery, even useless. So we have to be careful whom we believe, also what we say, and this is, of course, depends on the placement of Venus in our own charts. And on her path, Venus continues approximately, and after the 25th of May, is entering already the back parts of the animal, and these are degrees that will not that are not that lofty, that are not so much about speech, that will not anymore play such a role like to give some like to the markets, to give some easier moments, because the markets now are very very low. And Venus is approaching already when after the 25th, when conjoining the back side, the back parts of the Aries, the ram, the animal, is also entering very fiery place, where she may not be that peaceful. It will be very much about powerful emotions, temperamental emotions. So we need to be very analytical towards our own behavior, patient with our beloved ones. Of course, people who are having Aries rising will be blessed. People who have even Libra rising will feel this good, fine. It will be fine for their relationships. People who have Aries midheaven, wonderful. Also, Imum Celi, lower meridian Aries, this will also be good. But I don't expect that this particular entrance of Venus in Aries will bring certain changes, or really softening of the powerful influences of the 3 retrograde planets which we have in Sagittarius, and this is a period that we need to go through. Saturn, Pluto retrograde, and Ketu, of course, always retrograde with them. So, but this is a moment when our emotions, our love life will have some break from the afflictions of Saturn, who was very much restricting our love life, restricting our private relationships, also money-wise. We'll have a bit more freedom in relation to money. But once again, remember that Venus goes through different stages while in Aries. The first 5 days are wonderful. Then the other 5 days until the 20th, very nice Venusian place. But Uranus will be there to create a bit of instability. Again, this will keep the volatility of the markets, even though some bread will come. And then when Venus enters the Mercurian, after the 20th, the Mercurian section of Aries, this will be good about spiritual work. It will be good about writing, media work. But remember, everything we do now, especially until September, should be very carefully done. Triple checked, double checked. We should be very disciplined in everything we do so that we reach the results we want, because this is what Saturn is and Pluto are saying. Reanalyze, recheck, re-evaluate your moral system, your value system. Oh, this is also, let's not forget, Jupiter is also a retrograde, and it's very much about taking part in these three planets, because, you know, Jupiter is in Scorpio and Pluto is in Sagittarius, and this way they're exchanging their energies. So Jupiter in a way participates in these four retrograde planets. So it's all about reevaluating, rechecking, restudying. So even though Venus will be very well placed, not afflicted, and will be helpful in our strategic thinking, in our emotional life, will give some good moments in our private life, still we should not forget to recheck, reanalyze, restudy, be very disciplined, time-oriented, because this is what these slow planets want from us. So in the moment when Venus is entering Aries, Mars is already in, so Mars will be in Gemini. But I have separate analysis on this, so let me not go in detail on Mars in Aries. You can look at this video, what Mars will bring us. So we need to be very analytical, very disciplined, and this way we will benefit from the influences of Venus, which are actually always beautiful. Venus is, when Athena Pallas, when a morning star, is always about wisdom. It is always about this strategic, analytical, wise thinking and knowledge, and lofty. Venus is very, very beautiful as a morning star. And also observe the sky, and you this way in the morning, because she's a morning star, before the sun rises, and this way you understand very much, and you feel the energies of Venus. And still, we're talking about Venus, which is influencing from Aries very much our emotional, our private life. Still, let's not forget that we're still under the very powerful influences of the heavy planets in Sagittarius, which is not dramatic. It just says that we need to be careful and responsible for our own deeds. So with this, I'm completing, and your comments are welcome. Thank you.